funeral. Baby looked good in black. That's her mom? Damn, I can work with this.
Martha, with a little bit of love and a whole lot of sass.
You know what, Brian? I will... Oh my God!
What is wrong with you? Of all the moments to be a smug, faux intellectual mess, you chose to behave in a lewd, disrespectful way toward a photograph taken at a funeral, a place meant for grief, dignity, and basic human decency. Turning someone's moment of loss into fuel for your own selfish impulses isn't edgy or ironic. It's just gross, tasteless, and wildly inappropriate. For a guy who never shuts up about morality, literature, and being better than everyone else, you managed to sink to a level that even Quagmire would side-eye. Do better. Start by learning that not everything exists for your gratification, especially not someone else's mourning.
Gross! Will you stop it? Stop it!
Hey, guys, check this out.
Hey, Meg, don't be such a hothead.
What?
Hey, Meg, you sure look hot today.
What?
Hey, Meg, I lit your scalp on fire.
Listen here, Peter Lowenbroy Griffin. Senior, what you are currently orchestrating within the confines of this motor vehicle has officially transgressed the boundaries of acceptable social conduct. To engage in the willful incineration of Meg's headwear while we are sequestered in this cabin is a flagrant disregard for basic vehicular fire protocols and fundamental safety standards. You must acknowledge that Meg remains a primary biological constituent of your familial unit. She is kin, Peter. By subjecting her personal property to open flames, you have not only compromised our collective respiratory health, but have unequivocally crossed the line of paternal decency. This pyrotechnic display is beyond the pale, and I suggest you cease this dereliction of character in...
Dad, what is it? What's going on? I heard a noise. Is somebody downstairs?
Oh, God, Meg, you startled me. I'm sorry.
Peter Lowenbroy Griffin Sr. Listen carefully. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, the dead of night. The house is silent, beds are warm, and people are resting for responsibilities that actually matter. Yet you, 300 pounds and chronically unemployed, chose this moment to rise and terrify Meg. And for what? A half-formed idea, born from a sluggish, underdeveloped mind. This absence of judgment and intellectual discipline is honestly shameful. Do not let me witness this again, or else.
Mo's Tavern.
Hello, Mo. Your sister's being raped. Is that...
Listen here, Stuart Gillian Griffin. Bart was enjoying his time prank calling, as he usually does, and you decided to ruin that after saying Mo's sister was being sexually assaulted. That is not funny, nor is it laughable. You have caused Mo the bartender to most likely panic, because you thought it was funny to make a joke about rape. For how young you are, Stewie, you are sick to the head for even thinking of that. Calling that a joke itself would be a burden, and a mistake to all jokes. It's dark, edgy, and not funny at all. Maybe next time when you speak, you should actually think first, so you don't cause more panic, or for crying out loud, just not talk at all. I do not want to hear anything like this ever again, Stewie. Otherwise there will be consequences for you and your little family.
That's your name, isn't it? Well, actually, Meg is short for something else.
Peter, would you give this to the nurse?
Robots in disguise.
Peter Lowenbroy Griffin Sr. I must ask, do you genuinely believe life is some sort of slapstick experiment designed solely for your amusement? At what point did a moment meant to carry dignity and responsibility become an excuse for idiocy disguised as humor? Bestowing your daughter with a name better suited for discarded machinery is not irony, nor is it wit. It is a failure of judgment masquerading as a joke. This act did not damage Meg Griffin's life in a clever or charming way. It publicly announced that her own father prioritizes cheap laughs over basic decency. That does not make you funny. It makes you profoundly unqualified for the role you occupy. The depth of my irritation toward you defies concise articulation. But let it be known, this was not harmless mischief. It was a calculated display of negligence wrapped in arrogance.
It's just so horrible.
I'm sorry, Lois. I thought if I shook him enough, he'd stop crying. I was kind of right.
Listen up, Peter. What you just did was completely unacceptable. This was not a comedy club, not a coping exercise for you, and not the time for a joke of any kind. This is a funeral, your child's funeral, and the fact that you chose humor over compassion shows a staggering lack of awareness and respect. Your wife is grieving something no parent should ever have to endure, and instead of standing beside her with support and restraint, you added to the pain in the room. That stops now. You don't get to deflect discomfort with jokes, and you don't get to decide how grief should look or sound for anyone else. Right now, your role is simple. Be quiet, be present, and be supportive. If you can't do that, then remove yourself and stop causing further harm. This moment demands seriousness, empathy, and accountability, not excuses.
Hi, Dad.
Listen to me, Peter Griffin. Why would you shoot your gun at Meg Griffin? You are a bad parent, and I will be calling Child Protective Services. You disgust me, Peter Griffin.
But I am a bit of a shutterbug.
Okay, that's all okay.
How about we start with some warm-ups? Bend down and touch your toes.
Memory card full? Come on!
Christopher Griffin, we need to talk, and this is not a joke. You took pictures you had no right to take. That behavior crossed personal boundaries and showed extremely poor judgment. Taking pictures of people without permission is disrespectful and invasive. It doesn't matter what you intended. What matters is that you violated someone's privacy. And that is not okay under any circumstances. Taking pictures of people without permission is disrespectful and invasive. It doesn't matter what you intended. What matters is that you violated someone's privacy. And that is not okay under any circumstances. This kind of behavior can seriously hurt people, destroy trust, and lead to real consequences, social, personal, and legal. This is not something you laugh off or minimize. I better not hear anything bad about you, Christopher Griffin, or else.
Somebody help me! I'm sinking!
Hurry! I can't hold it!
Okay, let me just unstrap my baby.
Oh, slipping, sorry.
Brian Edward Griffin, you fucking waste of sperm. I advise you direct your utmost attention towards me, or I will fucking tear you to pieces. I saw exactly what you did. You let that woman drown on purpose. You weren't incapable of helping her. You didn't stop because it was impossible. You stopped the instant you realized she had a child, the moment responsibility showed its face, because your precious chance at a relationship vanished, and instead of doing what was right, you let her go. Not because you couldn't act, but because your selfish desire outweighed decency. And then, as if that weren't enough, you pretended your hand slipped, pretended it was an accident, pretended you weren't fully responsible. You fucking piece of shit. You are a waste of space on this godforsaken planet. You are a self-serving, manipulative, cowardly dickhead. And right now, in this very second, the truth of who you are is undeniable. If I ever catch you doing shit like this again, you will regret ever showing your face in Quahog. You're lucky that I haven't already torn your soul out from your very being. Brian Edward Griffin.
Okay, fine. I admit it. I gave you herpes. You bastard! You knew you had herpes, and you still agreed to swap blood with me! Look, relax. It's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal? It's a disgusting, unsightly, unsavory disease, and it lasts for life! Yeah, but, isn't the worst thing about herpes just the stigma? I mean, like what if it wasn't called herpes? Like what if it was called Boppo? Huh? Oh, I got a little Boppo. Oh, that's cute. Ah, I want Boppo. You know, my uncle was in the army, and he got genital Boppo from a Saigon whore.
Brian fucking Griffin. That was not funny. I am not laughing. I told you that if I ever, and I do mean ever, caught you doing fucked up shit again, I would tear you bit by little bit. You did it again. You hurt others again. And you crossed me. Again. As if attempted murder wasn't enough for your fucked up degenerate excuse for a brain. You gave fucking herpes to a 1-year-old baby. I am aware that Stuart here is an intelligent baby capable of speaking an advanced vocabulary, but he is still a 1-year-old child. And you gave herpes to him. You did a blood brother ritual with him, knowing that you had herpes, knowing that it would give him herpes too. But you did it anyway. On top of that, not only did you pass off an incurable STD given to a 1-year-old child as not a big deal, you also called said 1-year-old child and I quote, gross slut for calling you out for your bullshit.
And how do you explain this? I don't know, you're a gross slut.
What the actual fuck is wrong with you, Brian? You are single-handedly the worst spirit I have ever seen and heard. I am questioning whether I should even grant you forgiveness, but since you have a family who still somehow loves you, I'll let you go with one last warning. Cross me again, and I swear to fuck, I will. And trust me when I say this, I will de-atomize you. Do you hear me? Brian Edward Griffin.
This is like a video game. Huh, I'm kinda good at this. Later, dink.
Get back here, you fucking cum stain. Look into my cold, dead eyes, Brian, motherfucking piece of shit. Eduardo, Reginald, Griffin. I have given you multiple warnings. Warnings to stop with your cruel and fucked up acts. And what did you do the day after? You shot a waiter on a yacht for absolutely no fucking reason. It's like you want me to tear you apart, limb by limb, bit by bit, atom by atom. You had absolutely zero reason to shoot that innocent man in that yacht. He did nothing to you. He didn't even fucking see you. And to add insult to injury, literally, you said later dink. You fucking waste of cum. You are the dink. I will fucking obliterate you into ashes and I will make it slow. You will feel your molecules, cells, and every piece of you disintegrate. You will slowly and painfully be turned into just ash. I would say that you need to think about your life choices, but I don't think there'd be any thinking when your brain is being turned into fucking dust. You should have listened to me the first time, Brian Edward Griffin. Today is the day that you transform into nothing but ash.
Hey, Meg! Hanging out with all your friends?
Hey, Will! The ocean's that way!
All right, let's take
Peter Lowenbry, Griffin, and Christopher Cross. Griffin, this is the moment where your jokes rot in your mouths. You mocked Meg because she was convenient, not because it was funny. That is not humor. It is cowardice, aimed at your own blood. You crossed a line that family is never supposed to touch. This trap is fitting because it strips away your noise and leaves only the truth. You are wrong. You are stupid, and you chose cruelty over decency. Now sit with that and understand how small it.
Hey guys, I want you to know I'm raising my reward to $50 for anyone who can help me find James. No questions asked.
I killed your cat.
Listen here, Peter Lowenbry Griffin. This isn't a joke failing to land or a mess you can laugh your way out of. This is accountability arriving without asking permission, and it has your name on it. Every word I'm about to say is deliberate, and none of them are here to entertain you. You are not the center of a gag right now. You are the subject of a reckoning. You didn't just kill Glenn Quagmire's cat. You erased something that trusted humans despite every reason not to. Something smaller than you, quieter than you, and infinitely more decent than you on your best day. And the worst part? You didn't even have the dignity to feel shame while you did it. You stood there, you said it, out loud, in front of him. You watched his face collapse in real time. And then, you reached forward and took the $50 right in front of his own eyes, like cruelty was a magic trick you were proud to perform. That takes a special kind of moral vacancy, Peter. Not stupidity. Vacancy. Do you know what that makes you? It makes you someone who mistakes noise for immunity. Someone who thinks being loud, clumsy, and wrapped in jokes makes them untouchable. But here's the fucking truth you've spent your life dodging. People tolerate you because you're exhausting, not because you're harmless. And today you crossed the line from nuisance into something uglier. I want you to remember this moment. Not because I'm yelling. Listen closely. I'm not. I'm choosing every word with precision. The way one chooses where to cut when something is rotten and needs removing. You don't get forgiveness today. You don't get humor. You don't get to walk away feeling clever. All you get is this. I see you clearly now, and so will others. So take your money, take your jokes, take whatever hollow victory you think you earned. Because when I walk out of this shit place, you call a home. What's left in the room with you will be silence, memory, and the slow understanding that some actions don't fade, and some reputations don't recover. And this one's going to follow you.
Meow. Purr. Purr. I think you're dreaming.
No, I'm not.
Brian, stop right here. You absolute freak. What in the living hell is wrong with you? Not only did you start taking advantage of your caretaker by inappropriately touching her while she was peacefully sleeping on the couch, but then when she wakes up and finds out what you are doing to her, you smash her cranium at full force with a whole 5.7 feet lamp and try to flee the scene. I think not. This is a horrible sin you have just committed, Brian. Even a monster like me could not fathom doing such a horrendous thing to who is basically my own mom, my parent, my guardian who has been taking care of me all of these years, draining so much of their energy every day to keep me fed and sheltered. This is just pure lust. I am extremely disappointed in you and never thought you would do such a thing. You should know by now that your actions have consequences, Brian, which is why I will now call the cops and will get you arrested on the spot. You'll have time in jail to reflect on what you just did. We'll see how you like that, you pathetic jerk.
It's no big deal. Just reverse it and take off the miles. That's what I do when I take my dad's car out.
Are you 16?
I will be next September.
Well, I think someone has a...
Brian Edward Griffin, I must compel you to terminate your current discourse immediately. You pedophilic piece of shit. Your cognitive state appears to be in a contrast of absolute fucking insanity, as you are failing to recognize the gravity of this situation. This constitutes the second documented instance of your engagement in crude, illicit humor regarding the solicitation of minors. If you fail to comply with these formal demands, de-atomization remains the sole projected outcome for your physical form. Your status is that of a despicable house dog, and strictly speaking, you warrant a standard of living inferior to that of your own species. The evolutionary anomaly that granted you the capacity for human linguistics, only for you to utilize it for the dissemination of utter bullshit 90% of the time, is fundamentally unremarkable and a waste. Basically, of biological complexity. Are you processing the auditory data I am providing, Brian Edward Griffin? Do not allow me to observe such desperate, vile, and unprecedented acts again. Should you persist, I will physically reconfigure your fleeting spinal cord into the structural equivalent of a Cuban link chain. Study this reprimand. Do not attempt to double down on these abhorrent actions.
Ace. I'm a good friend to you.
Listen up to me right fucking now, Peter Griffin. Look at me. Really look, you reckless sack of shit. What you did wasn't a joke. Wasn't slapstick. Wasn't one of your idiotic cutaway fantasies. It was cruelty. Raw, stupid, inexcusable cruelty. Joe Swanson trusted you with his friendship, his dignity, his damn humanity, and you repaid that trust by turning the one thing that gives him independence into a weapon for your own brain-dead amusement. That's not comedy, Peter. That's moral rot wearing a grin. Do you understand how profoundly pathetic that makes you look? A grown man, supposedly someone's husband, someone's father, acting like a feral asshole with the impulse control of a cracked toaster. You didn't overpower Joe. You exposed yourself. You showed everyone exactly how small your mind is and how empty your conscience has become. Let me be crystal fucking clear. You don't get to hide behind stupidity anymore. Ignorance stops being cute the moment it hurts someone who can't just walk away. Literally, what you did crossed the line from obnoxious idiot into dangerous liability. And people like that eventually end up alone, wondering why no one gives a damn when they finally need help. So here's your reckoning, Peter. You don't get laughs. You don't get excuses. You get the weight of knowing you betrayed a friend who deserved better than your selfish, careless bullshit. And if there's any decency left rattling around in that thick skull of yours, it should be screaming at you right now. Because if you ever pull something like that again, don't expect anger. Don't expect yelling. Expect silence. And trust me, silence is a hell of a lot scarier than any punch you could throw.
Oh my God, Peter! What the hell?
Peter, what are you doing?
Oh, surely, Jerome, you don't want to stay in the same house as a ghost who carries a torch around. Oh, fire ghost! Oh, you scared yet?
Peter, motherfucking piece of horseshit. Look into my cold, dead eyes and stop running. We've had some issues before, and it seems like you haven't changed. I'm going to ask you once and for all to stop with you fucking bullshit. It's not funny, and it will never be. What you're doing is very disrespectful to your peers. I am going to fucking kill you the next time I see you do some bullshit. And seriously, this is your last chance, fucker.
Okay, that is the last time you are gonna pull that crap. You hear me?
Yes!
Do you hear me?
Yes!
Now you are gonna hold down that football until Charlie Brown kicks it. You got that?
Yes!
Now go ahead, Charlie.
Yay!
And you know what else? I did some checking around. You're not a licensed therapist.
Children, give me some time alone with this fuckboy. lend me your attention, you worthless piece of shit. I gave you several fucking times to correct yourself, and yet you managed to ignore every single one of my warnings, like a motherfucking bitch you are. This is your end, you cum stain. You hit that young girl like she was an object, you cocksucker. You will die in the most painful and miserable way possible. You will feel your insides turning into liquid. Then your neck is going to open, and you will not survive. I put an end to your bullshit life.
What's Brian doing?
Oh my god!
He's violating Seabreeze.
No, he's just awkwardly positioning himself. Now he's violating Seabreeze.
Brian motherfucking Edward piece of fucking dog shit Griffin. Sit down right this instant. Do you have shame, boy? You just violated Seabreeze during the dog race. What kind of dog are you? You have to been the most insufferable people I ever met in my entire life. This has gone too far this time. People look at you crazy, even your own fucking owners. You sick bastard. Her owner looked at you crazy and be like, what the fuck is he doing to my dog? I swear to God, Brian, if I ever catch your ass lacking again, I will obliterating you. I will kill you with the AK-47. And look at what I have right now. Do you see my AK-47 in my hand? I have it right there, so you hold still when I'm talking to your bitch ass. Bitch, do not make me catch your in strays again, Brian, or I will tear you into pieces. Do you understand, you worthless sack of shit?
3, 2, 1! Some animals give me boners!
Listen up, Christopher Griffin. That is completely inappropriate to say in front of everyone. Why would you say that? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with your pea-sized brain that made you think that it was okay to tell everyone about how the sight of animals arouses you? Even Quagmire was shocked about how egregious your statement was. Quagmire, of all people, do better next time. Christopher Griffin, keep your thoughts to yourself.
Damn it, Meg, will you stop that? That is so annoying.
Oh, that was annoying? What about your stupid, obnoxious humming?
Meg, don't talk to your father like that.
Yeah, shut up, Meg.
No, you shut up, Chris. I am sick of all you guys ganging up on me. You guys all think you're so much better than me.
Oh, Meg, that is the least fancy thing I have ever heard.
Christopher Cross Griffin, Justin Peter Griffin, Lois Latrice Griffin, I suggest you all forward your attention towards me now. You all are wastes of space. You assholes jump Meg over a soda can. She calls out your constant ganging up, and you suit up and disrespect your daughter. Peter, stop being a shitty dad. Lois, quit enabling. Chris, grow a pair. It's cruel, it's non-stop, and she's family, not your punching bag. Do not make me return to your...
Here, girl.
Brian Edward Griffin, don't blink, don't breathe. Stand there and listen. What you just did was absolutely disgusting. I can tolerate things to a point, but this is where I draw the line, you horny piece of shit. Do you even realize how pathetic you look right now? What you did was absolutely sickening. It was a choice. A deliberate, slimy choice, driven by nothing but your own sexual desires. You parade around pretending to be enlightened, moral, better than everyone else, when in reality you're just another weak creature ruled by your miserable, filthy instincts. You dress it up in faux philosophy and empty words, but underneath it all, you're just a predictable, desperate, narcissistic loser. You didn't manipulate out of love, or curiosity, or confusion. You did it because restraint is something you've never learned, and that's the most damning part. You know better, and you did it anyway. That makes it worse. That makes it fucking unforgivable. This only goes to show that you cannot control your own desires. So no, you don't get sympathy. You don't get excuses, and you certainly don't get redemption by acting clever or self-aware afterward. This is where the line is, and you have finally crossed it. Turn around, walk away, and understand this clearly. If I ever see your worthless face in this town again, I will personally remove you from this damn planet. You are a disgrace to your own family, and nobody wants to see you here anymore. Do not step foot in this town again, or there will be consequences.
You are nothing more than a filth that does not deserve to walk among us.
I say, Opie, I'll trade you this baseball for your souvenir bat.
Sure.
What did you learn?
Stuart Gilligan Griffin, listen carefully, because this is the moment where your smug intelligence stops being cute and starts being disgusting. You didn't pull some clever prank or outsmart the world. You manipulated trust like a coward. Tricking a boy into handing you a baseball bat wasn't wit or strategy. It was premeditated cruelty wrapped in arrogance, and it exposed how hollow your self-image really is. You took advantage of someone's innocence, calculated every step, and then crossed a line you clearly understood existed. That's what makes it unforgivable. You knew exactly what you were doing, and you did it anyway, hiding behind sarcasm and ego like they excuse malice. Intelligence without empathy isn't brilliance. It's rot, and your actions reek of it. Harming someone after deceiving them is the lowest form of power play, and you should be ashamed of how easily you justified it to yourself. That bat wasn't just an object. It was proof that you value control over conscience. You didn't prove dominance or superiority. You proved that when stripped of jokes, you're willing to hurt others to feel important. So drop the superiority complex and face the truth. What you did was pathetic, cruel, and entirely beneath the intellect you brag about. Real strength isn't found in trickery or violence. It's found in restraint and responsibility. Two things you utterly failed to show. Until you grasp that, all your genius amounts to nothing more than a dangerous tantrum in a suit. So go fuck yourself, you worthless piece of shit.
What you did to these kids? There is a special place in hell for people like you.
Brian Edward Griffin. Let's strip away every excuse, every self-serving justification, every smug rationalization you hide behind, and look at what you actually did. You sat there and watched children be mistreated. Watched them suffer under cruel, demeaning conditions, and you did nothing. Not because you were powerless, not because you didn't understand, but because intervening didn't benefit you. You didn't call the authorities because you suddenly found your conscience. You didn't step up because you realized innocent kids were being harmed. You waited. You tolerated it. You normalized it. And the moment you discovered the teacher had a boyfriend, that was when you acted. Not when children were being abused, but when your entitlement didn't get rewarded. That's not morality. That's narcissism. You weaponized justice as a tantrum. You didn't expose abuse out of concern. You used it as leverage because your ego got bruised. You let kids remain in a dangerous environment until it was personally inconvenient not to. And don't hide behind the outcome. Yes, she got arrested. Yes, it stopped. But motivation matters. Doing the right thing for the worst reason doesn't absolve you. That arrest scene isn't your redemption. It's your indictment. You proved you can recognize wrongdoing and still choose silence if speaking up doesn't flatter you. Those kids weren't props in your romantic delusion. You didn't save anyone. You waited until it was convenient to stop being complicit. If she hadn't had a boyfriend, you would have kept watching.
I better get a tweet out before I go dark for a few hours. About to see the new Kevin Hart movie. Just kidding, I'm white and went to college. Hashtag Baywatch movie.
Brian Edward fucking Griffin. What the hell is wrong with you? Do you think you're funny? Because you're not. Last time you've done something this fucked up, I gave you a warning. I told you I was gonna bite your head off. And now it seems like you're asking for it. You pathetic racist scumbag. It disgusts me extremely that you think it's funny to tweet things like this. I know you're usually an asshole, but this is just out of line. You were just about to tweet, about to see the new Kevin Hart movie. Just kidding. I'm white and went to college. Are African American people idiots to you? Are they jokes to you? Does it make you laugh when using them as your little punchline? Fuck you. You racist piece of shit. You just love being a bigot, don't you? Who the fuck do you think you are? Tell me right the fuck now. African Americans have been treated terribly terribly in this country for years, and you think it's okay to make jokes, to put them down. You are scum on Earth. If you took your life right now, everybody would celebrate, including your family. I'm done with letting you off with warnings. That's it. This is the last straw. Sleep with one eye open. Carry a weapon everywhere you go, because as soon as I get the chance, I will curb stomp you. See you soon, Brian.